behalf of the Institute, I, Sushmita Shankar from the Professional Development Directorate of the Institute, welcome you all to today's webinar. And for today, we have a very vibrant topic, women's role in the economic development, achievement at 75. So I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce the chief guest for the day, Madam CMA BK Sokhi, Director of Finance, NBCC. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, and a gracious welcome to our guest of honor, CMA Arundhati Basu, Madam, Regional Council Member, Eastern India Regional Council of the Institute. And very warm welcome, ma'am. Guest of honor, CMA Manisha Agarwal, Madam, Practicing Cost Accountant and Insolvency Professional. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, before we start our session, I would like to introduce our speaker. And first, I would request Madam Manisha Agarwal to start. But before, I would just like to give a brief introduction. Madam Manisha Agarwal, she is the practicing cost accountant for the last 23 years, and she is the visiting faculty to IMT Nagpur for cost and management accounting. She is an insolvency professional and a registered valuer. She was awarded the Women Innovator Award of the year 2019, awarded as the Best Lady Rotarian by Rotary Club of Nagpur, Best Lady Entrepreneur in Service Industry, member of the Task Force Committee of the Western Regional Council of the Institute, and a member of the Advisory Committee of the RVO and IPA of the Institute. So welcome to the session, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was such a nice introduction. Thank you so much. And so I'm really grateful to the Institute for giving me this honor to speak on the subject, which is very relevant to us only, very relevant to women entrepreneurs or women practitioners, their contribution in the Indian economy. And for me, the topic which has been given is practitioners' perspective in business assignment and other allied areas, such as IP and RV. So that is a very, literally, Sushmita, it took me an hour to understand the topic only. I swear, the topic is so nice, and like it is a very nice topic. You have added everything, CMA and IP and RV, everything in this. And I hope I'll do justification with, I'll be justifiable in that. I'll start. So I'm delighted to be here today and to have the opportunity to share my thoughts. On a very important topic, role of women in Indian economy, or how India can accelerate its growth through encouraging greater economic participation by women. A wise man of great intellect and power once said, the best measure of a nation's progress is the way it treats its women. For centuries, women have faced challenges and hurdles, and that has bestowed on them infinite patience, perseverance, and have only helped them emerge stronger. The role of women in the Indian economy has undergone significant changes in recent decades. Historically, women in India have primarily responsible for household chores and child rearing, while men have dominated the public sphere and workforce. However, with changing times, the participation of women in the workforce has increased, and their role in the Indian economy has become more significant. Even in rural India, if we see, women have been achieving new milestones every day. Despite social and familial exclusion, women have asserted their right to financial independence, built businesses from the scratch, and inspired those around them. In the panchayat system, 50% reservation is offered to women, while many national programs such as National Rural Livelihood Mission are providing leadership opportunities to them at the grassroots levels. And a very interesting fact came when the second season of Shark Tank India revealed an interesting fact, that is 40% of business owners pitched their ideas to the sharks were women. If we scratch the surface a little and look deeper, we'll see that more women now than before are diving into the world of business through entrepreneurship. However, though, women have amazing ideas and execution skills. Sometimes lack of direction and right guidance can hinder their growth. Just a little bit of hand holding at the beginning goes a long way in instilling confidence, clarity, and an insatiable hunger in them. Today's business environment is such that all enterprises, whether it is large or small, or for it is for profit or non-profit, manufacturing or non-manufacturing, need a variety of cost data for making day-to-day business decisions. All financial information related to an organization, assimilation, collated, and analyzed by cost accountants. Their role is to ensure that managerial decisions are within budget. Their job is to predict the financial performance of a project. A cost accountant considers many factors such as the cost of raw material, labor, transport, overhead among other things. The responsibilities include planning and execution, if executing effective management information and control systems, inventory control incorporating mathematical models, investment analysis, project management, internal audit, and cost audit. Thus, they play an important role in the Indian economy. Women cost accountants play an important role in the Indian economy too. They are responsible for managing the finances and accounting operations of businesses and organizations, ensuring that financial resources are effectively utilized and that financial decisions are made in the best interest of the company. I had added a example of Chanda Kochar, but we have ma'am with us. She's also a living example of that. Uh, I was talking about Chanda Kochar, that she's the CEO of ICICI Bank. Kochar played a key role in transforming the bank into one of the India's largest and most successful financial institutions. But same as with ma'am,
Thank you.
women cost accountants are responsible for analyzing financial data and developing budgets that help organizations to plan for the future. They use their expertise in financial analysis to make informed decisions that optimize financial resources and maximize profitability. They are also responsible for ensuring that businesses comply with tax regulations and filing tax returns accurately and on time. This helps to maintain the integrity of the tax system and ensures that businesses contribute to the growth of the economy. Women cost accountants use their financial expertise to help businesses develop and implement strategies that drive growth and profitability. They provide insights into the financial performance, cash flow, and other financial metrics that help businesses to make informed decisions about their future direction. They play an important role in auditing costing statements to ensure that they are accurate and comply with relevant cost accounting standards. This helps to maintain the trust and confidence of stakeholders, including investors, creditors, and regulators. In conclusion, women cost accountants play a pivot role in Indian economy. They provide critical financial services that help businesses to operate efficiently, comply with regulations, and contribute to the growth and development of the economy. I recently was speaking with a client concerning their cost accounting department. This particular organization was manufacturer of automotive related products with a sophisticated cost system. The company had a number of full-time employees specifically devoted to maintain and developing the costing system. Our conversation, however, involved the various expectations and standards the CFO should anticipate from the cost department. Of course, there is a different answer for virtually every business which maintains a costing specialty area. However, from my perspective, what cost accountants do can generally be broken into three general areas. First, to maintain cost information on the products the company is producing. This maintenance includes a constant review of existing standards, noting changes in processes or products which result in a change of cost. The goal of the cost accounting team is to maintain up to date and accurate product cost. Such information should be based on actual data being produced on the floor or to original standards and rates that were used to develop the cost at the beginning of the period. This is an ongoing assignment which requires frequent attention, and constant focus on what is occurring on the shop floor. Now, second, cost accountants provide management controls of operations. Many costing systems are still based on the standard cost method, which includes variance reporting by department. Such reporting can be utilized to compare standard cost data in relationship to actual results. These variance calculations are generally done for the purpose of improving the management control system. And the third general category of assignments cost accountants frequently work on are related to specialized projects. I have worked with accounting teams which were charged with determining the profitability of certain parts or a specific manufacturing location. Others have included assignments related to make versus buy or outsourcing of a product to a foreign country. In this particular instance, special assignments include those related to products previously produced by the company and analyzing cost to determine it would be more cost effective to have these parts produced elsewhere. These are also social projects which help to determine how specific apartment may be or how efficient a given process is over the another. Other cost accounting specialized projects include assistance with determining a capital expenditure and the criteria to be included on simple payback or rate of return to assist management in making a capital improvement decision. As I think about the wide array of assignments in which cost accountants are associated, I believe this general list of categories include the most common. However, as I said earlier, every firm is different and can include a wide diversity of other assignments that are unique to other industry or other location. So I think I have done. I have told everything which I have told everything which a cost accountant does. And now, since I'm an insolvency professional as well, and I was asked to speak upon the allied services, that is insolvency professional and registered valuer. Regarding insolvency professional, insolvency professional has in the last 4 to 5 years emerged as a new practice area for many women who are either chartered accountants, company secretaries, or cost accountants. But unlike CA, CS, or CWA, the role of insolvency professional is multifaceted and much more challenging. It requires an IP to not just deal with angry and at times hostile creditors, which may also include vendors, home buyers, etc., but also run a company with the intention of reviving it. And then there would be litigations against her or her decisions, at times, even questioning her ethics and decisions. Women certainly are taking up the role of IP, but the numbers are still very low compared to men. There are many challenges which are being faced by the IPs, but the gravity of challenges increase when the IP is a woman. An IP has to take control of the management of the corporate debtor. When the corporate debtor does not want to cooperate with the insolvency professional, the letter has to be the latter has to take help of the metropolitan magistrate. Woman IP has to go to the adjudicating authority to ask for police help. Sometimes in those situations, a woman may feel her gender could be an impediment. Besides, factories are located in far flung areas, such as, and as insolvency professionals, she has to get involved in production and administration of these factories. A lot of times, she may feel unsafe traveling to those locations. Despite all the odds, many women have taken up the role of insolvency professionals. And as the law settles and its ambit expands, more women would like to take up insolvency professional as a career opportunity. For example, a leading insolvency professional, Mamta Binani, a lawyer and a company secretary, has a unique first to her name. She was the resolution professional for the first case that was resolved under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, a new law to deal insolvency and bankruptcy. Other leading women insolvency professionals are many, like Pooja Bahari, Vandana Agarwal, and the list goes on. Now, another field which has come up is valuation. Valuation too plays a critical role in the IBC resolution process to achieve the objectives of all the stakeholders involved. The precise valuation of the corporate debtor is important for deciding its future and computing the value of the corporate debtors' assets. This crucial responsibility is vested upon registered valuers. This registered valuer course, with effect from 1st February 2019, every valuation required under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 or any of the regulations made thereunder is required to be conducted by a registered valuer registered for the respective asset class. That is, either he or she can be a land and building valuer or a plant and machinery valuer or SFA, that is, securities and financial assets valuer. That is, a valuer registered with the IBPI with the said rules. No insolvency professional shall appoint a person other than a registered valuer to conduct any valuation under the code or any of the regulations made thereunder. In the light of the myriad uses of valuation under the Companies Act 2013 and the IBC 2016, the integrity, impartiality, truthfulness, and creditability of the valuation process followed in India is absolutely essential to the effective working of these laws and to incoming FDI in India, which is based on such valuation. Women valuers play an important role in the Indian economy by bringing diversity and inclusivity to the field of valuation. Valuation is a crucial aspect of the economy as it involves assessing the worth of assets and properties for various purposes such as taxation, investment, and insurance. Traditionally, valuation has been a male dominated field in India, but in recent years, there has been a growing trend of women entering the profession. Women valuers bring unique perspectives and skills to the table, which can help to improve the accuracy and reliability of valuations. In addition, the inclusion of women in the valuation profession can help to promote gender equality in the broader economy by breaking down traditional gender roles and encouraging women to pursue careers in traditionally male dominated fields. Women valuers can help to challenge gender norms and promote a new, more diverse and inclusive workforce. Furthermore, women valuers can play a key role in promoting sustainable and socially responsible valuation practices. Women are often more attuned to social and environmental issues and can bring this perspective to the valuation process. This can help to ensure that valuations taken into account not only financial considerations but also social and economic factors. In short, women valuers can contribute significantly to the Indian economy by bringing diversity, inclusivity, and a more holistic approach to the valuation process by promoting gender equality and sustainable valuation practices. Women valuers can help to create a more just and prosperous society for all. The valuation fraternity has the responsibility to nurture the valuation profession and make it more valued and respected profession. Actions and conducts of registered valuers require self-regulation, accepting collective responsibility to build and preserve the reputation and future of the valuation profession. Thus, immense care is to be observed while taking up the valuation engagements. There is an immense opportunity for growth in this industry. Professionals are being exposed to a wider variety of opportunities now by enhancing their professional and career growth chances. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable words. Yeah. Thank you so much for your knowledge sharing and sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
You very well spoken. Yeah. And now I would request our CMA Arundhati Basu madam to deliver her views on this topic. But before, we would just like to have a brief introduction. CMA Arundhati Basu is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. She was a service holder for more than 10 years and worked in MNCs like Citibank, HSBC, and other reputed organizations or institutions in India. She has been practicing as a cost accountant mainly in the field of cost audit, stock and receivable audit, cost and management accounting for over 11 years, and presently working as a management consultant. She has implemented costing system in municipalities of West Bengal. She is the regional council member of the Eastern India Regional Council of the Institute of India, Cost Accountants of India, for two consecutive terms, 2015 to 19 and 2019 to 23. Presently, she is the chairperson of Women Empowerment Committee of the Eastern India Regional Council of the Institute. So, please welcome K.M. Arundhati, madam. Madam, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Respected President of the Institute, CMA Vijendra Sharma ji, Vice President, CMA Rakesh Balaji, past President and Chairman of the PD Committee, CMA Bisharup Basu ji, Chief Guest of the program, CMA BK Shoki Madam, Guest of Honor, CMA Manisha Agarwal Madam, learned members, beloved students, officials of the Institute, and all the participants, ladies and gentlemen. Very good afternoon to all of you present here. At the outset, I'd like to thank the Chairman of PT Committee and past President CMA Bisharup Basu sir and his team for conducting this program, and also very much thankful for giving me this opportunity to share my views. It gives me immense pleasure to address the August gathering. Today's topic is Women's Role in Economic Development Achievement at 75. And my topic of discussion is role of cost accountants in Indian economy. Before I begin, let me first say a few words on women. In the past, many great personalities have tried to define women. As we have seen, the great poet Kaviguru Rabindranath Tagore has described a woman in Chitrangada dance drama, where he has portrayed that a woman is no less than a man, if not more. Also, Swami Vivekananda, who glorified Indian women of the past for their great achievements as leaders in various walks of life. A woman is a full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. Woman is the key player in all walks of life. You educate a woman, you educate a generation. Women intellectuals have been playing an increasingly important role in shaping thoughts of culture. In today's world, woman is seen in various roles as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as an educator. In fact, she plays an important role in socio-cultural development. For centuries, women have faced challenges and hurdles, and that has bestowed them infinite patience, perseverance. Over the past few decades, women have been working in various fields with their talent, dedications, and enthusiasm. They contribute massively towards India's economic growth and prosperity. I personally feel woman is beyond definition. I take this opportunity to thank my institute, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and the cost accountancy profession for giving me an identity uh, in the society and also a means of livelihood. Now coming to the topic, role of CMA in Indian economy. To begin with, we have many CMA members and women CMA members occupying senior positions like CMD, independent director, CFO, director finance, general manager, so on and so forth. In fact, we have already have such women CMAs with us in this program. And being a CMA, we the women CMAs are indeed empowered. So the tool for development most effective, that would be empowerment of women. So many of our women CMAs have achieved awards from various authorities for their remarkable contributions, which is definitely not an easy task. Two things which are associated with a CMA is cost and optimum resource utilization, which are the basic essence of development, rather key to success for the organization. In a competitive world, quality and cost plays an important role. It is the CMA who has the ability to guide companies for making crucial decisions and strategic planning by a micro level analysis. That is by reducing wastage, maximizing capacity utilization, cutting down idle labor hours, minimizing overhead expenses, fixing appropriate product mix to achieve profit maximization, so on and so forth. CMA also takes business decisions and are involved in collective business decisions. In fact, the tagline of our institute is behind every successful decision, there is a CMA. CMA contributes in the fields of tax planning, capital budgeting, budget forecasting, financing, preparation of books of accounts, and so on and so forth. CMAs are driving force in all economic activities as they are the value creator, value enabler, value preserver, and value reporter. In the MSME sectors, India has a large of about 7.9 million registered micro, small, and medium enterprises base. The MSME industry segment contributes 33% of the country's GDP and generates over 120 million jobs across industries and regions in the country, contributing towards wealth creation at the grassroots level as per the last year's data. Cost accountants remain crucial for business and especially micro and small and medium enterprises for leveraging the opportunity of self reliant India. In the current economy, exports and scalability are becoming integral to the business operations. Cost accountants play a crucial role by identifying the key strategies by which business can capture international markets. Today, India is the third largest ecosystem in the terms of startups in the world. However, only 10% of them are being led by women founders. The need of the hour is to mobilize more support mentally and financially for women entrepreneurs and help them kickstart their journey. Fortunately, the last few years have seen a paradigm shift in the entire process of women becoming business leaders and founding companies. A report by McKinsey Global Institute has estimated that just by offering equal opportunities to women, India could add US 770 billion dollars to its GDP by 2025. Yet, the present contribution of women to the GDP remains at 18%. Even in rural India, women has been achieving new milestones every day. Despite social and familial exclusion, women have asserted their right to financial independence, built businesses from the scratch, and inspired those around them. Also, as uh, Manisha Madam has rightly pointed out about the national programs such as National Rural Livelihoods that has given leadership opportunities to them at the grassroots level. Then the government initiatives like Swachh Bharat Mission and Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act has provided women workforce with supervisory job opportunities. And many of our lady CMAs are doing extremely well in almost every sector and occupying, apart from managerial position, they're also seen in the advisory position. They are not only guiding and helping the organization, they're giving services to the company, but also by and large serving the society directly or indirectly. Yes, some of us do face problem in personal front and work front. I believe problem will remain, but we have to move on in spite of that. We have to take efforts, planning, rigorous follow up, then only good things can happen. Also, networking is an important aspect. In the progressive world, apart from what we know, whom we know is considered as an essential factor. We need to think about the networking opportunities provided to women. It is not necessary that change would happen overnight. However, consistency is the way to go. While it may seem difficult, we can start with one opportunity, one help, one woman. In this context, I like to mention that being the chairperson of Women Empowerment Committee of EIRC, I've been able to bring together some of our women members of Eastern India, especially, And also the CEP programs that is conducted by this committee, we ensure to invite women members as chief guest, as guest of honor, and speakers. Before I conclude, I like to touch upon on a positive note that there is steady increase of women in our profession. There has been steady increase of girl students admission from 2012 to 2013 to 2021 to 2022. It rose from 30 to 46%. So I believe very soon it will be 50%. That means equal number of girls and boy students. Even the girls CMA final passed out is 43% in June 2022 term exam. Also in the last decade, the girl CMA pass out is 33.73%. However, women CMA members is only 16.38%. So we need to work on this. I personally feel we lady CMS can help the final pass outs to become members. Another interesting fact I like to share before I conclude is that in the 2022 June term exam, the youngest CMA final pass out is none other than a girl student. She passed the exam at a tender age of 18 years, few months. Her name is Arzu Om Prakash Behti from Western India. So with this, I end for today. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your great words. And thank you so much for so much of knowledge sharing with us. Thank you, ma'am. And now I would request our chief guest, CMA BK Sokhi ma'am, to deliver her views on this topic. And I would just like to give a brief introduction of our speaker, CMA BK Sokhi. She is the first woman to hold the charge of a full-time director of finance in NBCC. Yeah. She is a BCom honors from the prestigious Sri Ram College of Commerce of Delhi University and a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. She started her career with a peerless general finance for approx 2 years. And if we talk about her journey in NBCC, she had joined NBCC in 1990 as accounts officer and presently holding the prestigious position of director of finance, and also the chairperson and director of NBCC Services Limited, a joint venture company of the NBCC. Srimati BK Sokhi has, to her credit, more than 33 years of rich experience of working in different capacities in all the area of accounts and finance. She has wide exposure in treasury management, corporate accounts, tendering, merger and acquisition, investor relations, and IPO management, and has played a key role in the development and introduction of EIRP system in NBCC. So please welcome CMA BK Sokhi madam. Welcome to the session, ma'am. Over to ma'am.
Thank you, Sushmita. Thank you very much. It gives good afternoon to all the participants, from students to the financial advisors, and it gives me a great pleasure and I feel honored to be part of this webinar, and because it's on a very relevant topic, and I would like to thank the institute for choosing the topic, which is women's role in economic development, achievements at the rate of 75. And I have heard both the speakers, Manisha as well as Miss Basu, and they have very beautifully explained how the now even the women in the rural Indias have become the financially independent, and they have been now contributing immensely to the Indian economy, and how the insolvency and the registered valuers are contributing by way of diversity and inclusivity towards the to our economy by the women specifically. And here I would definitely like to point out that Manisha has got the insolvency professional certificate. Definitely, she has gone for the skill upgradation, which is really required. And I request rather all the women professionals to do such skill upgradations to go further in their future careers. And congratulations, Manisha, for that. And Ms. Basu has also beautifully explained that how the networking is really important. Yes, that is the area where we all women are lacking behind. And here we this is the area where really it requires the networking from the very beginning of our professional. But whereas at that time we remain busy in managing our families. So that is very well said. Yes. Now I'll come to the topic which is given to me, that how the contribution is made by the women from the industry perspective. So yes. Now India is celebrating and commemorating the progressive 75 years of India in after independence with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and promulgating the mission of warranting the woman as the empowered woman and empowered nation. And the need to improve the women's participations in the economy has been a long-standing priority, and it is really crucial towards achieving the sustainable development goals also. And according to the research by the International Labor Organization, advancing the women's equality will in the business world will increase the GDP by approximately $5.8 trillion by 2025. So we all need to give the focus to this aspect. Yes, the role of the woman is very important in the in any economy, and specifically in India. Why? Because India is definitely poised to benefit from this equality because of its size and population. And because now currently only 25% of the labor force is women. And but that 25% contributes to the 17% of the GDP, of domestic GDP. So it becomes again very important to get involved women in the development of our economy by their contribution in whatever manner they can do. So even according to the World Bank also, even doubling the percentage of the women in India will increase their GDP from 7.5% to even 9%. So but definitely it requires at both the levels, at the private sector as well as in the public sector also, because all we need to come together and work together to achieve this goal. And since I am in a public sector, so I definitely would like to point out, yes, but during the pandemic, the percentage of the women employed in these public sector undertakings have slightly reduced to 9.5% as compared to the previous year of 10%. So we need to focus on that why it has been reduced. But there are so many factors which has resulted into that. But on the other hand, yes, the women in the managerial positions has gone up, because out of the 255 operational CPSs, 32% of the women employees are at the managerial levels. And the coal and the information and commercial technology, these are the two sectors where the women's share in the employment is more than 10%. So there are approximately more than 80,000 in numbers are women employees working in the public sector. So the potential of the woman in the leadership role is definitely evident, which is evident from our honorable president, who is also a woman. And they are women's have been creating ripples with their presence and performance in the various fields. So I would like to mention the name of some of the CEOs, women CEOs, both in the public sector as well as in the private sector. Miss Suma Mandal. She is the chairperson of the SAIL, and she has also been nominated as the Asia's one of the Asia's best business women. So it's really a great achievement by her. And then I will talk about Miss Alka Mittal. She is now retired, but she was the first chairperson of the ONGC, like oil and gas company. And then there is a Vartika Shukla. She is the chairperson of EIL, and so on. There are many director finance also in the other undertakings who have reached to this ladder just because of their professional careers and their hard work. So, and I would like to mention some of the names in the private sector also, like Geeta Gopinath, who is the chief economist and heading now the International Monetary Fund. And then there is Roshni Nadar, Faguni Nair. We all have heard about the NICA. And here I would like to mention about the story of the Malvika Hegde, which is nowadays also going on the WhatsApp, how she has turned around the business of cafe coffee day. Her husband just committed suicide because of the debts in the company, but she turned around the company in a span of 1.5 years only, because she focused on the areas where she felt that those are not required, and she sold those areas and then repay the debts, and then concentrate on the increase in the revenue by way of developing a good team and interacting with their employees from time to time. But yes, definitely, success is not easy, and it always requires, you will have to face many challenges always. And but the Department of Public Enterprise is doing a lot for encouraging the women to come forward and take the challenging roles, and they have also given the guidelines for every undertakings to adopt the human resource policies in such a manner that more women employees will join the public sector and contribute to the Indian economy. Now, since I am in NBCC for more than last 33 years, so I would like to mention here that in NBCC, every facility has been provided to the women employees, be it a child care leave, and it has been implemented in 2010 rather. And the complete 270 days leave is given to all the women employees up to the age of 18 years to take care of their child. Then there is a maternity leave benefits. Then there is a leave for the adoptions of the child also, and then there are family planning leave. So there are many facilities are provided to encourage the women employees uh, maintain the work-life balance, so that they can contribute actually, and in a smooth way manner also. So, and even I will also mention here about NBCC also encourages all the women employees, and they have now placed the uh, women's at the key positions. Like the consultancy division is also headed by the woman. Our chief vigilance officer is a woman. Our company secretary is a woman. Our ministry coordination cell is also headed by the woman. So, and their treasury department is also headed by the woman. So, our management is also encouraging all of them to take those positions and take those challenges. And I think there are sometimes the women also hesitate to take the new challenges. So, responsibilities also, but they should come forward. They should learn how to motivate themselves, and definitely they will have to look everything from the positive attitude. Okay, how the positive attitude can contribute, and it will help them. They will have to work hard, and they will have to work with honesty and with integrity also. And yes, they must know how to uh, communicate with the team, that should hit the target. That is also very important for the women, and they should have the consistency in the thoughts also. So and all the women have the courage to stand up and also to stand for others. That means कि उनको हाथ पकड़ना है दूसरों का भी, ताकि वो भी आगे बढ़े. ये नहीं है कि वो अपना ही फायदा देखें उसमें कि मुझे आगे बढ़ना है, नहीं, उनको पूरे सभी वुमेन एम्प्लॉयज को और सभी टीम को आगे लेके बढ़ना है. Yes. And yes, the government, I would also like to mention here about NBCC's contribution to uplift the women, because it has recently contributed out of its CSR funds uh, one program initiated by the IIM Vishakhapatnam uh, for incubation of the women startup, where the women are in the rural areas can start their business, even if whether it is related to food, whether it is related to bamboo, or whether it is related to horticulture, or like a small business. So it's a beautiful program. So NBCC has come forward and encourage, so that the more and more women's upliftment can be done by some means or the others. And many programs, as you have already mentioned, that many schemes are taken out by the government also. Many initiatives are taken for the upliftment of and for encouraging the women in the rural areas. There is a Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program, and there is a e-shram portal also. Because I am in a construction industry, and I have seen that there are many uh, uh, um, women construction workers uh, who are not aware about their rights. There is a construction welfare board also, where the some percentage of cess is also deposited, but they are not uh, get the benefit because they are not registered on it. So many now initiatives are taken by NBCC also to get them registered on the portal, so that they can get the benefit in the future. Because due to the digitizations, these construction workers moves all over India, so they can take the benefit even if they are moving from one state to another. So this type of initiatives are also taken in public sector to encourage and to rightfully to provide the rightful benefit, and for which they have the right to get that benefit. And mm, so so there are other schemes also which are taken up by the government of India. Like we all know about, there is a Mahila Kisan Sashakti Pariyojana also. So normally we thought that when we use the word Kisan, the male picture comes in front of our eyes. Whereas this is not the case. There are many female farmers which are successfully doing the business in their respective field, and contributing to the Indian economy. So in these years, the women have come forward, and they are also now taking the challenges, and uh, now upgrading themselves also to uh, uh, to contribute towards the Indian economy. Mm. So I would also like to mention about the some of the private sectors who have been beautifully engaging the women employees, basically. Rather, even I would like to mention here about Britannia. Is Britannia is having 41% of women workforce in their company, and they have the intent to increase it by 50% by the year 2024. And about Amul, we all know that they are encouraging the 36 lakh daily farmers who are the women to contribute and to do the work for them. And definitely this will uplift the women also. They will come out the poverty also. And And very interesting thing is there is no capital is involved, there is no land is required, and rather they'll employ 3-4 persons also along with them when they get involved into all these small activities. I think Ms. Basu has also mentioned about MSME. So these all MSMEs, women entrepreneurs are beautifully contributing to this economy. And the government of India is also encouraging, they have introduced one GEM portal also, where it is made mandatory for the public sector to procure at least 3% of their procurement through the women entrepreneurs. So I must say कि yes, मतलब lot of steps are also being taken to take their involvement in the economy. And yes. So as you have also earlier said that this the matlab we all have to take our professional lives very seriously from the very beginning, and we all have to work hard to upgrade and develop our skills from the very beginning. And definitely we all need support from the home also, and from the home as well as from the society also. So we'll all have to come together and take the pledge that yes, bring change in your family, in your neighborhood, in your society, and that gives a smile on the face of a woman, or I can say a girl. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, for your beautiful words. I'm really thankful to all these team speakers of this webinar for their wonderful contribution to make this webinar a great success. So thank you, BK Sokhi madam, for discussing the role of women from the industry's perspective, and thank you, Arundhati Basu ma'am, for
You're
discussing
welcome.
the role of cost accountants. Yeah, and thank you, Manisha Agarwal ma'am, for discussing the other allied areas and other business assignments and the women's role. Thank you so much for taking your time from your busy schedule to grace this event. Thanks to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and
Thank you
I'm
so
really
much.
thankful to all the
Batsman.
chairman of the Protectorate support and motivation. And I'm thankful to the my seniors and all the team members of this webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you.